If you're not happy, who can change that? And at the bottom, it says, do. Do. And this is the facts. We've learned to blame the outside, always blaming the outside. But really, it's in our hands to change, to find love, to let go in the moment, to take responsibility for our stress, to move our stress, to take responsibility for what we're consuming, the choices that we're making in each moment. It's in our hands. So if we choose to be happy and evolving, we will see that everywhere. And you'll be amazed how everything starts to flow. You know, love's such a fast vibration. And once you start to focus on it, everything starts to change. Fear, it's so slow. It's like this. Nothing much happens. Sometimes we create our fears. Sometimes no. But it's like that. Whereas if you're focused on love, you start to create incredible things beyond your imagination.
When you say that each of us create our reality, I get confused. What else? My creation with the creation of another person, which both creations touch each other.
You know what? You can only take responsibility for what you're doing, what you're being, how you're responding, if you're flowing. When I say you create your reality, that doesn't mean you're going to live in Disneyland and everything's going to be unicorns and nubes. It's not going to be like that. But how you're being in each moment, how you confront the challenges, how you live within the duality is defined by you. You know, most people choose to suffer, to be victims, to blame the outside. So each moment is fraught with drama. But when you have consciousness, you can flow, you can say yes, you can change, you can let go. Because this will always be dual. Everything won't go exactly as you had planned. Why? Because if it does, there's no evolution, there's no growth, there's no duality. So whatever's coming to you is yours. Be it a challenge, be it easy, it doesn't matter. It's yours. It's not your friends. It's not their fault. It's yours. So you have to own it. And then you choose. Yeah?
My doubt is, how do I know if I love somebody because love or are the hormones?
You know, it doesn't matter. When you're young and you're having fun, what does it matter? You know, obviously there's an aspect that you think you're madly in love, and then there's another aspect where it's full of drama. But you have to decide if it's destructive. And then if it's destructive, it's not love. It's drama. It's an addiction. If it's not a possibility for you to evolve, why be there? because you want to suffer. So you have to find clarity. You know, obviously, if you're attracted to someone, there's hormones, no? It's clear. There has to be a physical attraction. You know what I'm saying? So there's always hormones. Yes. Does that answer your question? Yeah, but you're going to keep doing the same thing. Because you're young and stupid. Like we all were. But you know what the good news is? You'll get sick of it. And then you'll change. So don't be too violent. Don't be too violent. Stop thinking. Just have fun. And don't be so attached. You know, you don't have to get married and have kids now. Okay.
I have a question. If the consciousness keeps expanding,
Tengo una pregunta. Si la conciencia sigue expandiéndose,
do you believe that at some point all the human beings will get enlightened?
¿tú crees que todos los seres humanos se iluminarán en algún momento?
And what would happen after that?
¿Y qué sucederá después?
God, you're so in the moment. Yeah. The thing with you is you don't want to commit to your own growth. So you're hoping that everyone else will do it. And then you'll be fine. But it's in your hands. It's in your hands. Within this illusion, everyone's already enlightened. But they don't know. They don't experience it. Because they're still living behind a veil. There's nothing that's not God. But in order to wake up, you have to commit. It has to be your highest focus. It has to be beyond anything. And you haven't made that choice yet. You're always here, going around the outside, because you don't like to commit. And that's okay. You've grown a lot. But if you're going to keep talking about enlightenment, you need to do something about it. Okay? Or just to have fun. And enjoy your beautiful consciousness. Yeah.
I was told that when you lose somebody, arrives the moment that when you remember that person, you don't feel the sadness anymore. And you will remember with love. How, when, and how. No.
Okay. So firstly, the love doesn't leave. You know, when we lose people that are really close to us, like our grandparents, or our partners, or our friends, or our siblings, or our parents, obviously it's very painful, no? Because we've had those people all of our lives. And we're attached to them. And when that attachment breaks, we suffer. Because there's a lack. But in that moment, we're ready to embrace that person internally. And that person is us. And we find this internal love, and at some point, we embrace them internally. So that sadness and the missing, it leaves. But it's a process. It's a process of mourning, no? And it has to, you have to transpire that. But if you have the system, it's much quicker. Every time we lose someone, it's pushing us to be more of ourselves. It's not easy,
No es fácil,
especially if it's unexpected,
especialmente si es
or if it's a
inesperado,
parent,
o
or
si es un padre o algo así,
which in your case it is, I think.
que
Yeah.
en tu caso es.
You know, but you'll find him.
Lo vas a encontrar, lo vas a encontrar,
You'll find him inside you,
lo vas a encontrar dentro tuyo.
and then you'll stop missing.
Y después vas a dejar de extrañar.
Hmm?
Personal finances management, when it's not very organized or successful, can be a way of abandoning yourself also?
Sure. You know, everything's energy. And if you take responsibility, everything's important. It's not that money's more important, but everything's important because it's in your hands. It's your responsibility. And some people are very immature with money. Some people hold on to it, and some people just lose it. And you have to find a middle path. And usually that comes from inside. When you start loving yourself, when you let go of the fear, when you start deserving, when you feel internally abundant, things start to change. And things become easier. You start to create very easily. And it moves easily. Hmm?
Here in Mexico and other countries are the beliefs of black magic and all those things, witchcraft. If they say that somebody did a witchcraft on you, the system can help to clean it?
If you believe it, it is. If you don't, isn't. No one has power over you.
Porque nadie tiene poder sobre ti.
It's in your
Está en
hands.
tus propias manos.
You need to choose for the love.
Y tú necesitas elegir el amor.
You need to let go of the fear.
Tú necesitas soltar el
And all
miedo.
this
Y
superstition
todas estas
is a
supersticiones
place where we don't take
simplemente son un
responsibility
lugar donde no tomamos responsabilidad
for our own love,
por
our own
nuestra
peace.
propia paz y nuestro propio
We
amor.
want to blame someone externally.
Queremos culpar algo en lo externo,
It's
alguien
like,
en lo
just
externo.
forget it.
Olvídate de eso,
Really.
de verdad.
I know lots of people believe
Sé
it.
que muchas personas creen en eso,
But no.
pero no. I'm a little bit confused. Because yesterday in the boat, we talk about attachment as every day. So a person stood up and says that where the Isha system or Isha is, there it is. So for me, that is an attachment. Like Marcela that was saying, wherever the teachers go, wherever Isha is, she goes there.
See, big, big attachment.
There are positive attachments.
I'm attached to breathing. Yeah, that usually works. You know, the thing's this. Yeah, sure. People get very involved and... But why? Because it makes them feel good. They want to focus on consciousness. It expands love. And that's a good thing, no? But if you are doing something that makes you feel bad, that makes you suffer, that's toxic, that's not good, no? Because it doesn't help you evolve. But with my system, I don't like people sticky to me. You know, I give them a system that they can do at home. I give them a system where we can support them, and when there's events, people come. But if they don't come, we're not chasing them. Like, where are you? Why didn't you come to the intensive? What's wrong with you? You know, it's not like that. And yeah, she's a bit attached. Where is she? As we start to evolve more and more and more, it starts, that leaves. So don't worry. It's not a negative thing. She's not losing anything. She's just finding more security.
In this world, we are afraid of the word God, and you just use it. In your concept, what has to do God with love?
God is love. Everything's God. Everything's unconditional love. And you know, that's the only thing that all humans agree with. It doesn't matter if they're Muslim, Catholic, Hindu, it doesn't matter. It's the only thing we agree. God is love. So that's the underlying thing. Because it's unconditional love. And the highest vibration is what we're looking towards, always. And people shouldn't be afraid of that word.
And the fear is the one that controls people, no? First they did it with religion, when they feared God. And now that that is falling, I feel they want to use the fear through the system, the social system. So I feel now is the control is through the food, the nutrition. Don't eat this. This is bad.
You know, I think you need to make your own choices and not feel control. You know, everything has to come from you. And you have to see your own control. And let it go. And just be free. You know, the most important thing is not to be fanatical. People get fanatical. Why? Because they're full of stress. So when we have fear and stress, we start to attach to an idea. It could be to a partner. It could be to the food we eat. It could be to a million things. All fanaticism comes from stress, comes from fear, comes from the incapacity to be internal. Okay, and this is what we have to watch. Not to be fanatical with anything, but to be present, to be clear, to flow, and not to think that there's something external controlling us. Because you have free will. And you can change in every moment. And as we clean internally, all the fear-based belief systems start to fall. So don't be rigid. Just keep focusing on love. If you focus on love, everything becomes clear to you. You'll see it. If you're present and you start watching yourself, you start to see. And this is the only way you can change. It's not because someone tells you. You know, people can tell you things and you can take it in and you can see. But you have to make your own choices. And if you have consciousness, it's so easy to be clear. And if you do things that you perceive as errors, don't be violent. This is how we grow. We see something, we change. We do it again, we change. We do it again, we change. We do it again, we change. We nearly did it again. Viste. And this is how it works. It's not all instant. This is habits of a lifetime. Most of them are habits of a lifetime. So don't put the focus on what you don't want. Focus on what you do want. And that's the love. That's what the facets are for. Focus on praise, love and gratitude. And you'll start creating that. Even if you don't believe it. Because that's the vibration of the universe. That's the fastest vibration. All of nature lives in praise, love and gratitude. Just listen to the birds. They don't stop singing because a truck's going by. They keep singing.